Hello everyone, Reverend Elvia here, and it is a beautiful day here by the ocean. And you know what? I woke up and Angel said, girl, it's a day to combine fun in the sun with playtime with you. So that's what we're doing here for our monthly messages with the angels, or I should say almost monthly, pretty much. So today we have 3 different objects that I'm going to have you select using guidance from your angels. But before we get to that, I'd like to share just a little bit of seaside inspiration. Here you go.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be surfing like California. You'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy blonde hair, surfing USA.
Good times, huh? That was my friend Judy. Yeah, we know how to have a good time, don't we? So, those 3 objects. Let's get on with our reading here. We have, all seaside beach theme, a paddle. See, paddle. I've been wanting to go paddleboarding all summer, but hasn't happened yet. That's actually not a paddleboard paddle, but still a paddle. May have heard the dog barking in the background. Whenever we have a little chirp or a bark or a noise that happens at a certain time and there's a certain magnetism to it, like that dog bark, it's like, yes, this is a good object to have chosen for this reading. Next thing we have is a seashell. This is a quahog seashell. And our 3rd object today is this towel. See? Just a simple beach towel. So now is your chance to tune into your guidance, go into your heart center, ask your angels to help you select one of those 3 objects, because one of those objects has a message for you right now. For this reading, I'm going to be using Tony Carmen Salerno's Wisdom Oracle deck, beautiful deck, and we're going to start with, yeah, they're saying yeah, we're going to start with the paddle. Yeah, look, use it to make infinity symbols. All right, so for those of you who have chosen the paddle, this card, this message is for you. And the card is creativity. Interesting. Okay, so as I look at this card, creativity, I'm feeling that there's a lack of creativity in your life because I'm immediately getting this image of trying to paddle against the current. My husband and I were talking about riptides, and I didn't fully understand what a riptide was. There's been Hurricane Cristobal off the coast of the Atlantic, northern Atlantic, and it's been giving us some pretty sizable waves here at Matunic Beach, and you know, so I didn't understand what a riptide actually is, and so Peter was talking about how when you get caught in a riptide, it's really important not to swim against the current trying to get back to shore. You really need to either swim sideways or let it carry you a little bit out to sea where it lessens, and then when you feel strong enough, swim out of it. So this conversation that we had and the paddle is immediately coming to mind for you that chose the paddle, that you're swimming really hard, you're paddling really hard against the current, and what's getting squeezed out because of that is your natural innate sense of creativity. And this is your invitation to slow down, to make a conscious effort to go with the flow, and to allow your angels to help you unleash that creative, natural ability that is within you. And because you've been paddling so hard against the current, you haven't been able to tap into it to its fullest potential. And for some of you, you know, you're really only scratching the surface of your potential. So realize that it's really important for you to allow the space, allow the time to go with the flow, and let that creative, powerful being that's within you to come forth. Okay, so our next reading is for those of you who chose the quahog shell. And immediately when I picked up this shell and showed it to you the first time, I had this flash, this image of a day that I was walking on the beach. It was actually in the winter, and there was one section of a crescent-shaped beach, just a small portion of it, maybe 10%, that just was littered with quahog shells, and seagulls were having a field day. They were just all over it. And it was just this small portion of the beach, and so much abundance. And I haven't even pulled the card yet, and I will. But immediately, just from that flash, that inspiration, I'm getting the message that there's so much abundance in your life, but probably not looking for it in the right place. So let's pull a card and see what the angels have to say about that. All right. Acceptance. Okay. So already hearing immediately that the abundance is within, and it's kind of similar to the first card with the paddle, the first reading, but it's really, it's an extension of that. So that orb that I'm seeing at her chest, I'm wanting to hold the quahog shell in front of my heart center and really listen to it and see what is there. Because this is about acceptance, but it's a lot more than that, honestly. And as I hold it in front of my heart center, what I'm seeing is that it being held like this, that it's a vessel, and that it can hold whatever it is that you want it to hold. And you have to be mindful of what you're carrying with you. So I realize this is disparate pieces of the message, and it's always interesting when an angel reading happens this way, because it can seem like these pieces aren't related, and then the angels, of course, always help us pull it all together. So we have the abundance of the shells on the beach, just being a small portion of it. We have this card of acceptance. We have this image of carrying, some gift around with you. So just going to tune in for a moment and ask the angels to help me pull this all together for you. Okay, so what I am hearing is that this is about you getting really quiet with your angels. I'm hearing on a daily basis and focusing on those beautiful drops of abundance, those gifts that you have within. In other words, envision in your own quahog shell or whatever vessel feels good and right to you, those beautiful, bountiful, unique to you gifts that are so special. And allow those to be your focus. Allow those to be what you grow. And as I say that, I'm hearing petri dish. So you're putting it in your little petri dish and you're wanting it to grow. You're wanting it to expand. And as I'm saying that, I'm seeing the quahog shells from my original vision just across the entire beach. Because what you focus on expands. Don't ever forget that. What you focus on expands. So be very mindful of what you put in your dish every day. And make sure that you're focusing, that you're expanding only the goodness of your beautiful, inherent, very special, very needed gifts. So just going to tie back one little loose end here with the acceptance card. And this card was really all about bringing it into the heart. Really, the core of this card coming forward is about her holding that beautiful blue orb to her heart. That's really equivalent to that vessel that we're talking about. All right, last and certainly not least is the reading for the towel, which was nicely folded and is no longer for whatever reason. There we go. So let's see what card's going to come forward for you people who chose the towel. I'm already hearing wrapped, so we'll see how that fits in. And the card for you is Lotus Rose. Interesting. So the message isn't immediately coming to me, which is always a message within in and of itself, that whatever message is going to come through in a moment is something that you're going to have to work for. It's something that you're going to have patience for. And I'm hearing a dose of courage is going to be important as well. So I'm going to tune in here and get the full message. So on a beach, a towel is used for a couple of different purposes, right? You lay it down to lie down, to keep yourself from getting too sandy. You use it to dry off, of course, when you come out of the ocean. And the image that's very clear in my head is laying it down on the sand. Laying it down as your foundation, your temporary home, if you will, as you set up on the beach for your beautiful, relaxing time. The Lotus Rose card is all about laying down your foundation, recognizing that whatever you're doing, wherever you are, that is your home. And you may feel heartstrings pulled to another place, another home, perhaps vacation time, perhaps a person. And the towel is almost like your magic carpet, helping you to understand that where you are right now at any given moment is your home. And the more that you can open to that, Lotus Rose opening to the truth that you're in the right place at the right time, you're going to surrender into that peace, that serenity, acceptance. We had a retreat this past weekend for our Living with the Angels folks, and almost everyone, except for maybe one who actually did move last year, has been feeling this call, this pull to relocate, us included, my husband and I included, and not exactly sure where we're going. Nobody had any clarity, nobody had any certainty, and it was all phases of life, from folks with little kids to folks who were empty nesting, all life phases. And I was chatting with my angels about that, and the Earth's grid is changing. The Earth energies are changing. And when you think about meridians, those channels of energy that run through our bodies, well, the Earth also has those channels of energies that run through its body. And you can think of us light workers, those of us with a high vibration, as needles in those energy centers. And we're being reassigned, if you will. We're being relocated. And many of us, again, are feeling that pull, and perhaps you are as well. And so the more that you stay with the uncertainty and the discomfort of that uncertainty of where you're relocating to, you're going to feel that lack of stability. You're going to feel that lack of balance. And this is, again, your reminder that your towel, you can set up wherever you are. That your home is you and your relationship with the divine source of all that is, with your angels. And so essential that as we all transition through this together, that you allow that to be your foundation and allow that to be your place, your space of peace. All right, my beautiful Earth Angels, that is a wrap for this video. And I pray that you have gotten everything that you need from the message from your angels. And I invite you to check out AngelsTeach.com, where we always have fun stuff going on as we play with our angels. And I wish you and your loved ones a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Be well, my loves.